Here with the Magic was recorded before a live virtual studio audience.
Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to Here with the Magic. I'm Jason Knapp. On today's show, we're marking Thanksgiving in the U.S. by celebrating the cozy feelings, rustic ambience, and nostalgic Americana that this holiday brings to so many hearts and homes. We'll also be seeking quiet moments of familiar joy in places near and far. First, we'll celebrate an often overlooked Disney family and climb to great heights for a moment of pause with a treetop view of the Magic Kingdom. Next, nice Guy Zac Brown takes us along to revisit the pastoral landscapes, historic spaces, and small-town charm that is so quintessential of the American Midwest, as he explores some of his childhood stomping grounds. Back in Walt Disney World, the iconic Voices of Liberty will treat us to a medley of classic Disney tunes, American folk songs, and patriotic scores that will leave your hearts full and your eyes moist. For this week's Community Connection, we journey across the Atlantic, courtesy of Carlos Silva, for a stop by an historic medieval site in Tomar, Portugal. Then, it's time to put on our stretchy pants as Kristen and Zach join me for a feast in Walt Disney World at a dining location that serves up Thanksgiving favorites every day. Finally, we'll close out the show with a moment of calm amidst the majestic landscape of one of my favorite places in the world, and that's Grand Teton National Park. But first, it's time to head to the Magic Kingdom. My first trip to Walt Disney World just happened to be during Thanksgiving week, many years ago, when the Magic Kingdom was the only park and at an age when few things could generate more excitement than the opportunity to climb into a larger-than-life treehouse. I still feel that way, actually. Here in Adventureland, the Swiss Family Treehouse continues to invite guests to explore and play and experience the nostalgia of this time-honored classic attraction that was based on the 1960 Disney live-action film, The Swiss Family Robinson. Like today, it usually has little to no wait and offers breathtaking views of Adventureland and the Magic Kingdom beyond. For many Americans, Thanksgiving is a time for family gatherings, which often means journeying back to a hometown. Returning to a place that we once knew as a child can be a magical and emotional experience. And that's why I'm so pleased to be able to share this special wanderings with you. Our very own nice Guy Zac Brown is taking us back with him for a brief visit to Southwest Ohio, which served as the backdrop for many of his holiday celebrations.
It's estimated that 53.4 million people will travel over the Thanksgiving holiday. Many of those people will be making the pilgrimage back to their hometowns. Growing up, my family would often spend Thanksgiving with my dad's side in the Miami Valley of southwestern Ohio. It's been many years since I visited, so I thought this would be a great time to go back and retrace some of the past. Come along with me as I relive memories and discover new places along the way. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the state at all times. We'll start our journey in Preble County. Founded in 1806 by William Bruce, Eaton serves as the county seat of Preble County. When I hear Small Town by John Mellencamp, Eaton is what comes to mind. Old homes and building storefronts line the street. Hardware store, coffee shop, pizza parlor. The usual suspects of a classic Midwestern Main Street are found right here. Eaton strives to maintain its small town feel as it grows into a more urban community with a blend of diverse commerce, industry, and agriculture. Oftentimes, cool spots and a moment of calm are right under our noses. We just have to know where to look. A quiet little creek makes its way through town and down into Crystal Lake. These Canada geese can be spotted in most lakes and ponds in the area. A little farther downstream, we come across Roberts Bridge, the oldest standing covered bridge in the state. Now let's head north to Greenville. This is Bear's Mill. Built in 1849, it's one of the few watered power mills still in operation in the state. Just alongside the mill is a nature trail that leads to a creek and a small waterfall area. We've made our way to the village of Covington. Back in the 1800s, a hydroelectric dam was built that serviced local mills. This allowed farmers to pump water and grind their feed by motor instead of by hand. The remains of the wooden dam can still be seen today. Greenville Falls is a great place for picnicking, fishing, and hiking. Over in Tip City is Charleston Falls Preserve. Originating from small underground springs several miles to the east, the stream creating the falls plummets 37 feet, making it Western Ohio's tallest known falls. Then continue its journey to the Great Miami River, 1 mile to the west. Now during my visit, the falls were not flowing due to a drought. Even though I was a little disappointed, this allowed me to get an up-close view of the cliffs and how the rushing waters have shaped the limestone over the years. The Charleston Falls Preserve has over 3 miles of trails that pass through various habitats, such as Redbud Valley and the thorny Badlands. My cousin Chris and I even happened upon a cave during our hike. Thankfully, we weren't greeted by any bears. In the 60s, a group of local citizens became concerned about the pace of growth and how urban sprawl had found its way to the Dayton region, threatening the balance of developed versus natural areas. Thanks to the efforts of these individuals, Five Rivers Metro Parks was formed and has been able to maintain forests, prairies, wetlands, and other native habitats where wildlife thrive and people can make personal connections with nature. Here at the Carriage Hill Historical Farm in Huber Heights, we came upon these great farm animals. Lebanon is situated between Dayton and Cincinnati. This is the hometown of the likes of American heroes Annie Oakley and Neil Armstrong. During my visit, I spent a night in the historic Golden Lamb, Ohio's oldest continually operating business. It's one of those Mark Twain slept here type of places. The halls are chock full of history. In fact, I stayed in the Samuel Clemens bedroom. A number of presidents, authors, and a myriad of celebrities have also spent time here in the Golden Lamb. This cute little town has been featured in a number of movies. The Village Ice Cream Parlor appeared in Milk Money and Harper Valley PTA. As irony would have it, this building was once the town's movie house. We've arrived in my dad's hometown of West Alexandria, Ohio, known by the locals as West Alec. West Alec is the quintessential Midwestern crossroads. I spent many summers and Thanksgiving holidays on this property. My great-grandfather Roy Woods was a farmer and worked at this very grain mill for a majority of his life. Depending on the crop rotation, this field will be filled with corn, wheat, or soybeans. Though to most, this may not look very exciting, but I wouldn't trade the memories we made here for anything. Riding around the yard in our wagon or playing in the barn, this was our field of dreams. The interesting thing about revisiting old stomping grounds is seeing how some things never seem to change, while others definitely have. I think the magic of some of these places is the fact that they're temporary. It's what makes the time we have there so special. Memories hang in the air like a vapor. You can almost reach out and touch them, but you don't need to, because they are a part of you. While it is wonderful to look back, it's also very exciting to look forward, because we're bound to create new memories on the way to revisit old ones.
We're headed to Epcot Center for a performance by the incredible Voices of Liberty. And we've saved you a front row seat beneath the magnificent rotunda inside the American Adventure Pavilion. And now, it's showtime.
Freedom and justice, liberty for all.
Hello, everyone. We are the Voices of Liberty.
Freedom and justice, liberty for all. Freedom and justice with liberty for all. America, America, God shed His grace on me. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty. What above the fruited plain? America, God shed His grace on me, and brotherhood with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. From sea to shining sea. America, America, America.
Very much. We are the Voices of Liberty, and we welcome you to our home, the Rotunda here at the American Adventure Pavilion. Hope you're all having a great time at Epcot. Well, you know, in every Disney animated film, concept artists, illustrators, and animators fill the screen with life. Together, songwriters and animators can create worlds, define characters, and take our audiences on unforgettable journeys.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend too.
You got a friend in me.
When you go, you just run by him.
And you're miles and miles from a nice warm bed.
You just remember what your old house said.
You got a friend to me.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in
me.
You got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We sit together, we can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Billy Bumper had them 40 feet. Arizona had 1,000 tails. Master, you're in luck 'cause up your sleeve. You got a friend of man you never fails. Power in your corner.
your friends do this?
Do-ba-ba-do-ba-ba-doo-doo-da.
Can your friends do that? Can your friends hold this? A little hand. Never had a friend like me. So Mr. Happy, wish you're 2 or 3. We're on the job, you've been named on.
You ain't never had a friend.
Never had a friend.
You ain't
Never had a friend.
never had a friend.
You ain't never had a friend. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Thank you very much. Well, the Shakers are a religious group from our American history, and they left us with a wonderful legacy. A legacy of a simple lifestyle and simply beautiful music.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we are to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity's came to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free,
Tis a gift to come down where we ought to
and when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free.
It's been a wonderful group to sing for today. We do have time for one final story. Back in 1814, America was still involved in the War of 1812. 2 young Americans were being held captive in the Baltimore harbor just outside of Fort McHenry. Well, the Battle of Baltimore began, and from their vantage point, the 2 Americans could do nothing but watch. They could see Fort McHenry in the distance, and as a bomb would burst over the fort, they would catch a glimpse of the American flag. You see, they knew that as long as that flag remained flying, the American dream was still alive. Well, the battle ended in the early morning hours, and because of the darkness, the outcome was uncertain. Uncertain till the next morning when the sun rose, revealing the stars and stripes, still flying proudly. One of the young men was so moved by all he had seen. He pulled out an old envelope, and in the back he wrote some words in the form of a poem, words that are very familiar to us today. For that young man's name was Francis Scott Key, and the words he penned so long ago we still proudly call our national anthem.
Oh, say so proudly rehailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land, o'er the land, o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now it's time for our community connection. Each week, we feature a contribution from a member of our Here with the Magic community. Today, Carlos Silva shares a moment with us from Tomar, Portugal. Here we visit a UNESCO World Heritage Site that dates back to the 12th century, when the Knights of Templar built the Convent of Christ, housed within the walls of a medieval castle. This space is steeped in history and holds centuries of stories and timeless magic within its borders. Thank you, Carlos, for sharing that with us. Do you have a moment you'd like to share with us? To learn how your video could be featured here on the show, send an email to Jason, that's me, at herewiththemagic.com. Remember, it need not be cinematic or from someplace exotic. We also love highlighting quiet moments of joy from close to home or even our own backyards. We'll take care of the editing. Hungry? I hope so, because it's time for the main event. There's one place in Walt Disney World where you can indulge in a year-round Thanksgiving dinner. Liberty Tree Tavern, located in the Magic Kingdom's Liberty Square, which is where Kristen, Zach, and I recently tasted our way through the tried and true Turkey Day favorites, as well as some different dishes. Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. And speaking of friends, I am excited to have nice Guy Zac Brown, Kristen Rosso here with me because we are celebrating Thanksgiving in the Magic Kingdom. And of course, when you think of Thanksgiving and you think of food, I think most people think about Liberty Tree Tavern, right? Like you say, I want to have Thanksgiving dinner. Like if you're here during Thanksgiving, I want to have Thanksgiving dinner in the park somewhere. This is like the first place you think of.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Liberty Tree Tavern is that it's just always, like I said, it's always Thanksgiving. You can always get the Thanksgiving meal, which is what we're gonna do today.
I don't know if I'd recommend it in like the middle of July. It feels like a lot.
It's Orlando. It always feels like the middle of
It's
July.
true.
What are you talking about?
Breeze. It's a cool
It is,
and crispy.
and we are
76
literally
degrees.
sitting under the Liberty Tree, under the shade of the Liberty Tree. Okay, and the cicadas. It's been so long since I've been in here, like a long time. Maybe on my honeymoon we came here?
Hear ye, let it be known from now welcome the Hoffman family, Daniel Hoffman.
I was hoping to be us. Colonial era is it.
That was really well timed. That's okay. Here we go. Hi, how are you?
I love a gravy boat. What an underrated thing.
So we just finished our Thanksgiving meal. The tryptophan's kicking in. Our Thanksgiving meal at Liberty Tree Tavern. We're not, as you can tell, we're not in Liberty Tree Tavern any longer. We actually sought kind of a quieter spot here on Tom Sawyer Island. It's frankly a good excuse to go to Tom Sawyer Island, actually.
Your refuge.
And we're at Aunt Polly's, and like I feel like we need to unpack our experience. We need to
Not literally, that would be graphic.
no, because we actually talked about this. Like, do we film while we're eating? Do we film and I'm like, no, you know what? No one wants to see that, really.
Especially because these two can't take TV bites.
You know, because I was not built for TV bites. No. We will show you what we ate.
Yes.
So, first impressions.
Okay.
As we entered the space, it was a lot. I don't know, like roomier. It was bigger. The entrance hall is 2 stories. It's dark. Feels very colonial. Whatever that means. But it was, I don't know, it was kind of an interesting, just sort of, what's the right word for it? Austere space. And, well, what they had, like the, what do they call it? Like the plank kind of benches, the Quaker kind of style benches, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Shaker furniture.
Shaker furniture, that's it. Anyway, you stand, so you check in, you go inside, you wait for somebody in period piece clothing to yell, like, hear ye, like, then they say your name, and then they take you to the table. Our table happened to be like right there, like right there,
virtually in the seating, like the waiting area. We were the lobby.
Yeah, it was very very close. But it didn't end up being as loud as I expected. I thought it was, we're gonna get all this noise from the hear ye stuff, and actually it wasn't. So it's an all-you-can-eat family-style adventure in food, right? So
as is Thanksgiving itself.
Yeah, and the menu has it's a patriotic feel to it appropriately. Red, white, and blue, and it just all celebration of America. Of course, there's the Declaration salad, is what you start with. That's a tossed mixed greens with a house-made dressing of some sort, like a vinaigrette.
It was like a honey shallot vinaigrette, I believe.
It was.
I think that
A little radishes in
salad
it. I don't know.
Salad is what Thanksgiving dinner is missing a lot of the time.
No one has ever said that, ever.
I just said it
No
an
one-
hour ago.
No one has ever said,
Oh,
you know
I'm
what
not-
we need? You know what we really could use?
More
No,
salad.
here's my
Salad.
thing.
Next year.
Thanksgiving's just a lot of like beige foods. It's just a lot of brown food.
I'm thinking about when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring the sweet potato casserole. Ooh, I make the best corn."
Stuffing.
Nobody goes, "Thank God, she brought the
The
salad."
Okay.
mixed greens.
I think it livens things up. I also think it gives you something light to counterbalance all of the heavy, hearty, rib-sticking food.
It's roughage to fill your stomach so you don't ask for seconds. That's what it is, people.
Okay.
We've all been to those places.
I like salad.
But if you're going to bring a salad to Thanksgiving dinner, you should call it a Declaration salad.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
So there's that.
We're declaring salad.
So next up is the feast. It's the Patriots platter, that's just fun to say. Roasted turkey, Pennsylvania pot roast, and oven roasted pork with mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, herb stuffing, and house-made macaroni and cheese. You also can get an impossible, it's a plant-based impossible meatloaf, which we did ask for, regrettably.
Well, no, it's good. We tried all the things, so now we can speak to them based
Yes,
on
we
experience.
Speak to the spirit of meatloaf past and
Yes.
say, oh,
Marley
you weren't
and
worth
Marley.
it. It was just, it was not good. I like plant-based foods generally. I actually don't even mind most impossible type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This meatloaf I felt like it wasn't cooked long enough.
It was impossible to eat.
It was a little mushy.
Maybe that's
The texture was like not finished. It wasn't finished. And it needed a little ketchup, like classic American meatloaf.
Like a ketchup glaze or something. on
Yeah.
top.
it needed some acidity.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna try to do it at home, make a better
Impossible
version of it.
meatloaf?
Yeah, maybe not with impossible meat. I think I'd use something else though, mushrooms and
Yeah.
Just meat.
Like how
Yeah.
you would make a veggie burger.
There was also like a shredded meat under the
That was the
under the
pork.
turkey. It was like a surprise. It was like what are those little chocolate eggs that have the toys inside.
Kinder eggs.
It was like a little Kinder egg.
All of a
but
sudden it was like, oh, ta-da!
it was a
pork.
meat. It was like a meat Kinder egg, but or maybe not.
A
It
meat
was
Kinder egg.
yeah, and it had like a piece of turkey, so it was big, like covering the shredded stuff, and we think that was the dark meat. It was the thing is it was delicious.
It was good.
Especially when you mix it together
And
with the stuffing.
I was gonna say, I think because like everything's sort of on top of everything else, it sort of everything kind of tastes like the thing that's next to it a little bit, and not in a bad way, but just like the stuffing
In a very
has
good
like
way.
some of the meat flavor, and
They were.
the
I-
pork
so
and the turkey sort of taste like each other. And I don't know.
What was your favorite of the meats?
Yes. Here's the thing. The word synergy, little known fact, the word synergy was actually created at the Thanksgiving table.
Oh.
Yes. Because
Really?
yeah, because they were like, oh, this is good, and this is also good, and this is also good. But when they all come together, it's actually better than any one individual thing. You know what we should call this? I mean, it's like almost like sinful. It's so good. Oh, maybe we should call it synergy.
I feel like this is a fake story.
I don't think this is.
I'm sure that's how it happened.
Oh, I'm sure. That doesn't mean.
We
I'm
need
sure.
to check the lower third for facts.
Sure. It's no. Truth be told, it's real. It was like the concoction that you get when like all the stuff comes together. It sounds. Look at it, people. Look at it.
All the beige foods.
It's the stuffing. It's the
Yeah.
cranberry sauce. It is the turkey.
Mashed
It was
It's
terrifically tasty tan mush.
You know the one thing that was missing?
What?
Corn.
Yeah.
There was no corn.
Which is interesting. I mean,
Do you think that's the seasonal
it's
vegetable
not
that
in
rotates?
season.
We had green
We
beans.
had green beans, which
I
don't even
would
like green
imagine-
beans, but they were good.
No,
I would
corn. This is
imagine
the
that
season
corn.
of corn.
No, it's not. Corn is
It's
late
not?
summer.
This is late summer.
Or
It's November.
Yeah, but it feels like late summer here.
That doesn't count.
No.
The seasonal vegetable does not move based on how it feels.
I don't know.
I don't know. We're not feeling
Today
July
feels
this
like
year.
corn. The roasted turkey was delicious. There was like a little bit of like an herb I think, on...
Yeah, it's in the name.
Is it?
Herb stuffing.
No, not the stuffing, the turkey. Did
Oh.
I say stuffing?
Yes, it was probably.
Whatever it was delicious.
A little herb rolled off the stuffing.
And I loved it. I thought it was great.
But the pork, which I think, the thing I think was pork, was like another medallion.
Yes. That's what I also thought was pork.
Yeah, it tasted, because it tasted different than the turkey medallion.
Yeah.
It was a little tougher, but sweeter.
Yeah, it
or
was.
something.
That was the pork
I put the
tenderloin.
cranberry sauce on that.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
We did have to ask for a second. The only thing we asked for more of was cranberry sauce.
Yeah, because
They
they
come
bring you
small.
a little like 2-ounce ramekin of it, but that's not
Ramekin.
enough.
It's like the little thing that
Yeah.
a lot of places will pour ketchup in.
Ramekin.
Yeah, it's a ramekin.
There's a word for it?
Ramekin. Ramekin.
See, I think you're getting me back for synergy.
No, it's ramekin. It's a word.
I
Look
knew
it
that
up.
one.
Ramekin?
Ramekin.
Ramekin.
R-A-M-E.
The little metal things?
Yeah.
The little cylinders?
Yeah, they're
the
also
things that
like
I use every day?
the white things
Do
you
you?
make a creme
Yeah.
brulee in.
You use ramekins every
Yeah, I
day?
bought them from IKEA. They're really handy.
They are.
But they used to stack nicely, and I noticed that they don't stack nicely anymore. I was like, this is weird. Why don't they stack nicely? And Michelle says, oh, probably because of the one I brought back from some place. And I won't say where.
Because she stole a ramekin.
I think, yeah.
We've said the word so many times, I've forgotten the meaning. Ramekin.
So, anyway, we got another ramekin of, that sounds weird, another ramekin of cranberry sauce, and I swear, I'm pretty sure it means something completely different. We got into some ramekin.
No, I would never do that to you.
And that was really, the cranberry sauce was really good. It wasn't, I mean, I love canned cranberry sauce, kind of
The
like
jelly situation?
Yeah, that holds the form of the can when it comes out. I love
With the
that.
little rings around
Yeah, I
it.
Well,
love
that's
that.
like cranberry, like Jello, basically.
Yeah.
This was like cranberry sauce.
But it wasn't like it wasn't like that like frou-frou like too good for your turkey kind of cranberry sauce that people you all know that maybe you're if you're the person, but you all know that person who like brings their cranberry sauce
With
and
the whole cranberry
and
thing.
everyone else around the table is just hoping that like there's just a can of cranberry sauce
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like that. It actually tasted really good. Not that yours doesn't taste good.
I'm sure it's lovely.
Sure, it's
You do you on Thanksgiving.
just also bring a can.
Yeah. It's like 98 cents.
Right. Oh, the gravy. I don't usually use gravy on my. So what I? Oh, and there were mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Did we talk about the mashed
We
potatoes?
did not. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm full, but you started describing the food, and I thought like, oh, I could probably eat some more of that.
I'm ready for a nap, and we haven't even talked about dessert yet.
No, because I wanted some mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, stuffing, stovetop stuffing.
Not stovetop.
No, it's better than stovetop.
Much
stuffing.
better.
Good stuff.
Turkey, pork, pot
Pot
roast, the Impossible meatloaf,
Mac and
green
cheese.
beans. Oh, mac and cheese. I didn't need any of the mac and cheese.
It was Disney
it?
mac and cheese.
Disney mac and cheese.
It's not broke. They're
Is
not
that good?
fixing
Is
it.
that-
It's good.
Just fine.
Fine. Okay. There's the regular dessert, which is the ooey gooey toffee cake,
Yeah.
which is exactly as it sounds. Vanilla toffee cake, chocolate sauce, which tastes just like Hershey's chocolate sauce, and vanilla ice cream.
Yep.
Big, like baseball-sized scoops.
2 big chunks of this stuff. I mean, just wallops of blanc, right?
Wallops.
Yeah.
Wallops of ice cream.
And there's also
Chuck that in.
there's also a plant-based Johnny Appleseed's warm apple cake.
Yes.
Now, they brought that to us automatically, I think because we had gotten the Impossible meatloaf
Yeah.
also. So I don't think it's something they would ordinarily just bring to the
No, it
table.
says available upon request.
So you
Gotta
need
get
to
one.
ask for it, and you want to ask
do.
for it. It is so good. It is the standout. It is the. My opinion is that the plant-based Johnny Appleseed's warm apple cake. They need a better name than that. Actually, is better than the ooey gooey.
Yeah.
And did
I
it have
agree.
ice cream as well? Or was
No.
No, it was like a plant-based whipped cream on top.
That's right. There was
Yeah.
a little cream there.
But it was moist. It was
Light.
I thought it was more like a muffin than a cake.
It was kind of-
Texturally.
No, it was just like an apple cake.
Maybe that was the fact that it's just plant-based. Sometimes those.
I
cakes are
guess
slightly
it wasn't. It
different
looked like it
texture.
would be dense to the, but it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
It was very light.
And it was sweet, but not overly sweet. Whereas the ooey gooey was so sweet, you almost can't finish it. Sweet,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there was just nothing to break up the sweetness. Like the toffee was sweet, and
Yeah.
the chocolate and the cake and
A
the
lot.
giant scoop of vanilla ice cream. Like there was nothing that made me want to go back to it. And the apple cake, I felt like you get the little texture of the apple, and then the
Really
like
nice.
warm
was
spices,
delicious.
and the
And it-
cream is like
It felt like it fit with the theme better too.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I mean, I think that all in all, it was good.
It was a good experience. The setting is really pretty.
Yeah.
The different dining rooms being themed to different, patriots and people from history was really cool. Little nods. to
Right,
their
the
stories.
rooms. We gotta talk about the
I
rooms.
was gonna say we didn't even talk about the rooms
I was
yet.
leading in.
We were in the Paul Revere room, which is conveniently located to the front, so he can always monitor for the British.
Right.
Right. He can
I'm
warn
sure
the
that's why.
he can warn the other rooms if
Yeah.
necessary. So on the opposite side of the hall is the John Paul Jones room, and then as we make our way around clockwise,
There's kind of these little pockets. So I believe there's the Benjamin Franklin room, and there's this little nod to the Disney short Ben and Me with the little Amos mouse, which is cool. They kind of started adding those throughout Magic Kingdom in the different restaurants, which I think is cool. Then you have Thomas Jefferson, and then back around, the restaurant continues around past the kitchen, and then we have the Betsy Ross room.
Ross.
And it was just really cool because it's all these little nods to who they were and what their profession was. So in Betsy Ross, there's like, an American flag in progress, and there's, sewing and quilting items. And it feels lived in, like this is where they work and are. It's a really cool experience.
That's cool. Yeah, and so I felt I always, whenever they have those rooms, the same with Skipper Canteen, I have a little FOMO about like not being in the other rooms.
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, like, wow, I wanted to be in the George Washington
Yeah.
room, but it's parade time, so I think that's our cue. Thumbs up for
Yeah.
Liberty.
No, it was
Thumbs
great.
up.
I
It was
think
great.
it was great.
Yeah.
I think if you just love Thanksgiving food and wish that it were something you could have more than one day a year,
You can.
you can.
You can for sure.
Whenever. Yeah.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
Let's go take a nap.
It was a little.
There's got to be a hammock here somewhere.
If there is, you'll find it.
I will. At the core of Here with the Magic is our search for quiet moments of joy in Disney spaces, locations that have inspired attractions, pavilions, and lands featured in Disney parks, and places that simply resonate with the spirit of Disney. When we take the time to step away and pause, it turns out they're pretty easy to find, like this one captured for you in Grand Teton National Park. This majestic landscape in northwest Wyoming is home to snow-covered peaks, sparkling lakes, and towering pine trees. It offers an uncultivated wilderness that harkens back to the earliest days of the American frontier. And it's the perfect place to pause, to set our spirit free to roam, and to take a moment to reflect on all that we are grateful for this Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. Want more Here with the Magic? I invite you to check out the hundreds of videos that you can find right here on our YouTube channel. I'd also love it if you took a moment to like the video, hit that subscribe button below, and ring the bell so you're notified when new content becomes available. And if you're enjoying the show, please consider sharing it with friends and family who might also enjoy a moment or two away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. For those interested in being immersed in the sounds of our happiest places, check out Soundscapes by Here with the Magic, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also join us for community conversation on Facebook and Instagram. Finally, a very special thanks to our cafe members who support Here with the Magic and make so much of this possible through their contributions and sharing. To find out how you can help support the show and to learn about the special benefits of cafe membership, including the ability to participate in the live virtual studio recordings of our weekly show, head over to herewiththemagic.com/support. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please be safe, be well. I'll see you back here next Monday, where we'll be, as always, Here with the Magic. Which I think that was up.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's just black.
Let me see if I can just put this up on the screen. Hold on a second.
We do have a graphic.
I do. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Hello. It's fine.
Too much.
Well, it's not like you're in my lap. What's wrong? I don't even know where the camera is. That was really weird. Maybe it's the same camera with a wider angle. That was really weird. It's like, is Ponto's Bunda camera still here? There's so much stuff.
We're going in. This is like the real Tom Sawyer. The only versions.
Look, it matches my shirt.
You said the words, and I'm actually full.
Jones.
Who?
Mark Paul Jones. No. Mark Paul Gosselaar. Who's the guy from the Rolling Stones? John Paul Jones.
I invite you to check out the hundreds of videos that you can find right here on our YouTube. Well, happy Thanksgiving. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not sure where to look. Where do you look? No, if you look there, it doesn't look like you're looking there, does it? It is.
Wait, look there and I'll tell you.
I can't see. I can't.
That's why you have to
I can't
press
catch
up.
myself.